I don't want to be here anymore. You ready to quit? All right, let's quit together while we do lesson 109. I rest in God. So yeah, I definitely did not feel like I don't feel like doing this lesson right now, which is always a good indicator that I need to do this lesson right now. So lesson 109 is 2 freaking pages long, and it's I rest in God, which instantly probably doesn't sit well with like most everyone who has the word God word issues. But let's just check it out and then we'll quit together. Let's quit while we do this next lesson. Whew. We ask for rest today and quietness unshaken by the world's appearances. We ask for peace and stillness in the midst of all the turmoil born of clashing dreams. We ask for safety and for happiness, although we seem to look on danger and on sorrow. And we have the thought that will answer our asking with what we request. All right, so quote, I rest in God. I rest in God is in quotes. I rest in God. This thought will bring to you the rest and quiet, peace and stillness, and the safety and the happiness you seek. I rest in God. This thought has power to wake the sleeping truth in you, whose vision sees beyond appearances to that same truth in everyone and everything there is. Here is the end of suffering for all the world and everyone who ever came and yet will come to linger for a while. Here is the thought in which the Son of God is born again. I was almost going to sneeze. To recognize himself. So here is the thought in which the Son of God is born again to recognize himself. So you're going to say, I rest in God. I rest in God, completely undismayed. This thought will carry you through storms and strife, past misery and pain, past loss and death, and onward to the certainty of God. There is no suffering it cannot heal. There is no problem that it cannot solve, and no appearance which will turn to truth before the eyes of you who rest in God. So yeah, it's funny. That's why I'm laughing. It's so funny that like I am in such a bad mood. I am in such a bad cycle or repetitive cycle. I know I'm in a cycle. I can see my fucking self doing the same shit in my head. Looking for the cancel button. I can't find the cancel button on my own, but yet here I am on the perfect lesson, which is better than a cancel button. It's not just gonna like make it go away for a little bit. It'll actually hopefully fix it for good this time. I don't know why we cycle back into old stuff. That's sort of my thing that I'm trying to think of today. And then my realization in my morning journaling was like, you have the power to stop this, you know? Like you really, really do once you realize what's going on. But anyways, I think this lesson is timely for me personally. So let us continue on reading. This is the day of peace. Peace. You rest in God, and while the world, I'll have to remember that when I go to do the good recording, while the world is torn by winds of hate. Oh, that's a good way to describe it. Winds of hate. Your rest remains completely undisturbed. Yours is the rest of truth. Appearances cannot intrude on you. You call to all to join you in your rest, and they will hear and come to you because you rest in God. They will not hear another voice than yours, because you gave your voice to God, and now you rest in Him and let Him speak through you. My mind is just chattering a little bit, because it's like saying, like, for me personally, it's not really the appearances of the world that ever rattle me. It's me that rattles me. So, like, I just am very aware of where I'm at and, like, what still needs to happen in my mind. Like, really, the world doesn't shake me up so much as I shake me up. But it doesn't matter what illusion you think is shaking you up. You can still rest in God. Who? In Him, you have no cares and no concerns, no burdens, no anxiety, no pain, no fear of future, and no past regrets. In timelessness, which is such a word for me right now, and that's funny because it just came upon me last night. I hate to make this video too long, I'm sorry, but like, I stumbled upon something so weird last night and so synchronistically guided. Like, I hadn't done that in a long time, and then I did an oracle reading, and it was like on point, and just, I don't know, Nikola Tesla, let's just say that, and we'll leave it at that. But like, when energy comes in and then all of a sudden you've like discovered something else that you never even would have. Anyways, this one thing that I found is all about me being governed and fueled and inspired by timelessness. And so here's that word again, and it's just kind of interesting to me personally. All right, so anyways, I'm rambling. In timelessness, you rest. While time goes by without its touch upon you. Thank God. For your rest can never change in any way at all. You rest today. And as you close your eyes, sink into stillness. Let these periods of rest and respite, is that the word? Rest and respite. Or is it respite? I'll like never get dictionary.com off my browser, that's for damn sure. These periods of rest and respite reassure your mind that all its frantic fantasies were but the dreams of fever that has passed away. Let it be still and thankfully accept its healing. No more fearful dreams will come now that you rest in God. Take time today to slip away from dreams and into peace. So that's good, because I'm friggin' tired of myself. It's only been like a couple days of me being stupid, but like, I am like so disgusted with myself for like thinking about things that are so detrimental to myself. So like me snuggling my face in the armpit of God would feel really good today. All right, so lots of rest today. Lots of eye closing today. Each hour that you take your rest today, a tired mind is suddenly made glad. A bird with broken wings begins to sing. A stream, long, dry, begins to flow again. And like, I literally could like stream tears this week, and I know like certainly some of it's hormonal or whatever, but like, I just feel like there's part of me that's ready to let things go. The world is born again each time you rest. And hourly remember that you came to bring the peace of God into the world, that it might take its rest along with you. I think there's something so frustrating, like when you do have a bad day, like, because on that level that you know that you came here to do more important shit than wallow in this lower vibe and human stuff. Like, I think that's like also part of it too, that like you have to remember your purpose. Like, you came here to bring the peace of God into the world. And so, yeah, it's just hard whenever like you're doing something else for a little bit, and then you're like, this isn't even what I'm supposed to be doing. With each 5 minutes that you rest today, the world is nearer waking. And the time when rest will be the only thing there is comes closer to all worn and tired minds, too weary now to go their way alone. And they will hear the bird begin to sing and see the stream begin to flow again, with hope reborn and energy restored, to walk with lightened steps along the road that suddenly seems easy as they go. You rest within the peace of God today and call upon your brothers from your rest to draw them to their rest along with you. You will be faithful to your trust today, forgetting no one, bringing everyone into the boundless circle of your peace, the holy sanctuary where you rest. Circle of peace, another interesting, it doesn't always say circle, but it did today because that's one of my signs this week, circles. So anyways, yeah, you forgetting what almost choked me up, forgetting no one, not one mother trucker will you forget today. You will bring everyone into the boundless circle of your peace, the holy sanctuary where you rest. Open the temple doors and let them come from far across the world and near as well. Your distant brothers and your closest friends, bid them all enter here and rest with you, because you are resting now, Sadie. You rest within the peace of God today, quiet and unafraid. Each brother comes to take his rest and offer it to you. We rest together here, for thus our rest is made complete, and what we give today we have received already. Time is not the guardian of what we give today. We give to those unborn and those passed by, to every thought of God, and to the mind in which these thoughts were born and where they rest. And we remind them of their resting place each time we tell ourselves, I rest in God. So that's all we have to fucking do today, is stop it. Stop doing whatever it is you're doing, and take time every hour or more if you need it to say to yourself, I rest in God. Like, just enough of your own shit already. You just, every time you start, just say, I rest in God. You know what? I rest in God. I rest in God. I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. Not that you don't want to be here, but you don't want to be here anymore. And then you say, I rest in God. So anyways, good one. I'm going to practice it all day, and then this afternoon come back and read, hopefully correctly, all the words for the good one. And then even if I take a couple days to do this one, that's fine. It is fine. But here's the thing, just a heads up, we're going to do this one and then another one, and then we're in a review period for a while, which I'm actually looking forward to because it's good to review, especially when you didn't do it a very good job the first time. All right, have a good day. Remember to rest in God. That's really the only place that we truly are anyways. Bye.